Hey team, in this video, I'm gonna talk about 5 ways to be more strategic and stop wasting your time in the way you communicate and the way you plan to carry your business and be more successful in 2025. Right now, there's $124 trillion at stake. $124 trillion of wealth transfer. It's the largest wealth transfer in United States history, and it's going on right now. There are 10,000 baby boomers retiring every single day, and you've got a new generation coming into the workforce. Not only that, we have a retention problem. We have this new generation coming into the workforce, and we have leaders that are struggling to understand their worldview, how they see work, and how they can get the best out of that generation. My name's Tom Shandy. I began my career in business, later became a United States Army Ranger, then began to teach other Rangers how to plan, prepare, and execute their mission, became a strategic planner, and now I take all that knowledge and skill and I help other businesses be successful in what they do every day. So grab a cup of coffee and hang with me, and we're going to talk through these 5 strategies. My mission is to help other people be successful in their business, whatever that business looks like. So I would love it if you would subscribe to this channel, like, follow, whatever, tap into some of these resources that we're going to provide in these videos. But first and foremost, let's talk about one of the biggest things that I see to help you manage your time and stop wasting your time, and that's make informed decisions. We all have to make decisions every single day, but the key is you don't have to be the smartest person in the room. You just have to have smart people around you. So don't try to carry the load all by yourself. Use those people around you to provide information to help you make better decisions. Now, granted, in the way you make decisions, there are times to make quick ones and there are times to make slow ones. I'm a big fan of a guy named Daniel Kahneman who wrote an incredible book called Thinking Fast and Slow. And in that book, he talks about System 1 and System 2 thinking, right? The decisions that you make quickly based on your gut instinct and your intuition. The thing is in business that decisions and business problems in a lot of ways are a little bit more complex, and they require that slower thinking and that knowledge of those people around you. So let me encourage you to find those smart people that are in your organization, pull them in, create systems and processes for them to feed information up to you to help you make a better, more strategic decision. That keeps you from wasting your time fixing a decision that you made quickly and didn't have all the information for. The second strategy to help you stop wasting your time is anticipate risk and stop reacting, right? Every day I talk to folks that are putting out fires and they talk about answering emails and run around, and at the end of the day, they can't tell me what they actually accomplished because they're reacting to what they see. But you have to take the time to sit down and think about the problems that are coming. What is next? What's around the corner? What's the big thing that's going to hit you? What are the changes in the environment? What might happen? And you got to get ahead of those things and then create a strategy to start solving those problems so you can maintain momentum moving into the future. There are all kinds of business problems, and we alluded to them just a little bit ago. They're simple problems. Those are easy ones that you don't have to spend a whole lot of time on. They're complicated problems. We talked about just a minute ago, pulling an expert in for those. But those complex business problems, they require experts, and they may have multiple answers. So you need the time to stop and think about those, analyze the conditions, and come up with a method for attacking those potential problems. And one thing that I'm going to encourage you to do is block off some time on your calendar every day to stop and strategically think. Stop putting out fires. All right, this next strategy is about aligning your resources to your strategic goals and your strategic plan. If we don't do that, then your strategy really doesn't matter. You gotta put some stuff behind it. And when I say resources, I'm talking about your people. I'm talking about your time. I'm talking about your processes. I'm talking about your systems All of those things matter, right? And if you've got a clear strategy, you know you've got a vision, you've got a mission, you've got 3 to 5 strategic objectives, you've got tactics, and you may even have actions under those tactics. You may go further than that and have milestones under those actions. That's all good, but the question is, who owns those tactics and actions? When are they going to be completed? What are the things that are needed to get those jobs done, right? You have to think about that holistically. Align your people, align your resources to your strategy, and then you empower them to succeed. You give them the tools, the time, the things that they need to be successful and execute. They own those tactics and those actions behind the strategy. So align your resources to get the job done. The next rock solid strategy to prevent you from wasting your time and help you be more strategic is deliberate communication for clarity. Deliberate communication. You can't just wing it. You can't make it up on the spot. Your people need to know where the organization is going. They need to know how to establish their priorities based on the way that you communicate. Now, I will tell you this, many leaders get tired of saying the same thing over and over again, and they think that that's redundant. But what's really happening is that redundancy is like a warm blanket for the organization. They know what to expect, they know what you're going to say, and they understand the priorities. This is key. Now, I have worked with organizations and helped them strategically plan. I've planned with them for multiple days at a time, and then there's been no communication plan, and that strategic plan has sat with that executive team and not gone into execution. So what I always encourage that team to do, once you've come up with your plan, your next step is to come up with your communication strategy. That may look like town halls. That may look like individual meetings, small huddles, going out and talking to people. Gang, you're in sales. You have to sell your strategic plan to your organization to help them understand and get them excited about the future and what you're gonna accomplish. All right, the next strategy to prevent you from wasting your time is about developing your talent. We've already talked about leveraging the people around you, that you don't have to be the smartest person in the room. This one is super important. You've got to transfer knowledge. You've got to share what you know with others and empower them to be the best that they can be in what they do. Lots of ways to do that. First and foremost, you got to know your people. You got to get out and talk to them. I'll tell you this, if you're sitting in your office or in your cubicle or wherever, and you're spending your day answering emails, you are not leading the strategy for your organization. You've got to be talking to people. You've got to know people. You've got to understand what motivates and what drives those people to succeed. And then you've got to invest in them. Put your time, put your energy, put your knowledge into them, coach them, mentor them, and develop them. And you know what'll happen? They'll become more motivated to work for you. And they won't leave the organization, because what drives people to stay and work with you, what drives people to help carry momentum forward is personal growth. The more personal growth they have, the more motivated they become to perform and continue to work with them. So take the time, sit down with your people where you can, help them understand the things that you've seen before in your experience, and give them the tools to continue to succeed. I guarantee that the investment in them will be worth it in the long run and save you time and energy. This idea of knowledge transfer and succession hits me personally. Now, I've already told you that I started my career in business before I went into the military and became a United States Army Ranger. I spent 7 years as a succession candidate for a very successful business. 7 years. I was told I was the guy. And in that time, there was no deliberate plan, just a lot of conversations and a lot of discussions. At that 7-year mark, I decided that was it. And I went and did something else because I was tired of waiting. And I guarantee in a lot of businesses, this is happening today. And you know what happened? Years and years later, that business just stopped. All of that business revenue just stopped. They sold the business. It was gone. Those people that I trained and that worked for me, they instantly didn't have a job. That was something that started 20 years ago and closed down just about 2 years ago, right? So all that business revenue went away. So this hits me personally. So when you start thinking about the importance of a deliberate strategy and a deliberate plan to transfer your business to the next generation or keep young people engaged in what you're doing, these things are super important. We talked about making informed decisions by leveraging your team, leveraging that knowledge and skill, and not trying to be the smartest person in the room. We talked about anticipating risk, getting ahead of problems and thinking through those things that are going to hit you right around the corner. What are those things? We talked about aligning resources behind your strategy. Give people the tactics, give people the actions, enable them to go out and win for your business. Number 4, communicate for clarity. If you just hold on to that strategy, then it doesn't happen, right? You've got to communicate it. You've got to help people understand. And then number 5, transfer the knowledge. Invest in the people around you, and I guarantee you that they'll be motivated to succeed and help you win.